Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be creating bottom drawer drag using our drag gesture and all the things that we have learned using drag gesture and all the other views. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to first create our cell that we're going to display as a content, just some dummy data. So I'm going to create a struct. I'm going to call this grid cell because there are going to be three cell items. You can expect an image name, body. Let's define the body for this one. Some view, image, system name, image name, and then we can add some shadow. Font, adding in foreground color, and corner radius, like so. All right, so that's our grid cell. And after that, we're going to create a background view that's going to use this grid cell. So basically, we're going to show this view along with our drawer. So let's go ahead and create that. So those two things are going to be out of the way. Let's create a V stack and S stack, and then our grid cell. It's going to take image, spacer, some random images. I'm not going to bother, choosing something. So you can choose anything you want. We're just going to have some content being filled out. That's the intent. And going to give top padding 40. Get another haystack. And we should be applying the same thing. So what we can do is we can simply copy this. So you can copy it and paste it and basically reformat everything. Gonna change this to moon. Excuse me. Moon dot circle. Dot fill. Okay. So those are going to be some of those things. Let's put a spacer here. So that's our background view. Okay. Now let's create the top notch. So before we create all these top notch and everything related to it, let me go ahead and start working on the real bottom drawer. That way, whenever we need those controls, we're gonna come back and fill these. So first, let's create some variables. So we're gonna need a state to track the bottom, where the bottom drawer is. What's the state? What's the size of it? So private var bottom state, we're gonna call this. Okay, and we're gonna assign stg size 0. Then we're gonna have another variable called shown full, and this is going to be enabled. It's going to be enabling and disabling when the drawer is fully open. Okay. Then we're going to have some regular variables, private let drawer top. So that's a static value. So Going to use minus 790 for this, and private let drawer top third. So basically, third of the height is, this is basically to calculate where does the user drag, till what point does the user drag so we open the drawer completely or snap it back to the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to use that and create state variable for dragging state. Okay, and for this actually we're going to need an enum, so let's create an enum, and this enum is going to be called dragging state, so we can track the dragging state. Okay, case dragging, case open, and case closed. Okay, so these are three cases that we're going to track, and initially the drawer dragging state is going to be closed. Okay, and we're going to create another one, and this is the last one, main view background, so we can change background when drawer opens up. Color.white. Okay. All right. Now it's time to write some content in the body. Okay. So for body, we're gonna use ZStack. Okay. And we're gonna ZStack everything. First, we're gonna use the background view. We already have created that right here. So with that, I'm gonna actually start our canvas so we can see what is going on. Then next thing we're going to need is so this is what it looks like. I guess I have misspelled something, so let's see, sunrise dot fill. Okay. Okay, no, that one is good. Moon dot fill, actually. There we go. All right, awesome. So we have, this is sort of our content view. I just wanted to put something like, on the background view. So that is good. Now let's create our drawer view, the view that's gonna act as a drawer that we're gonna pull up and down. Okay. So we're gonna create a struct here. Drawer view. And it's going to have a binding, which you all already know about. Dragging state is going to take, and then time for defining its body. So we just say VStack with spacing 20, and then we need something called top notch view. That's going to be the notch that's going to show the indication if the drawer is open or closed. So let's create our top notch view. Okay, and this is going to return some view like that, and we're going to group stuff in here. So we're going to say if dragging. So we should be okay, so let's see, we do need a dragging state. Okay, so I think, oh, this should be the function inside, not here. There you go. Okay, so if dragging is equal to dragging. So the state is dragging right now. That means our gesture is actually dragging. We want to show a rectangle. and with frame width it's going to be 40 and height is going to be 5. Okay, so we're going to have corner radius as 3 and opacity as 0.1. Okay, so that's for the dragging state, when user is actually dragging the dragging your drawer. That's what the top notch is going to be. It's just going to be a rounded rectangle. Next thing, if user is in, if the dragging is equal to closed state, okay, in that case we want to show an image system name, and this is going to be a chevron compact up. Okay, so it's going to point up. If the notch is going to point up when your view is when your drawer is not open, or your drawer is closed, basically. And we're going to give it a font, large title, and foreground color as gray. There we go. And the last else condition is going to have an image with system name chevron dot compact dot down. This is the case when it's actually open. Foreground color once again is gray. Alright, awesome. So this is our top notch view, and we can actually assign this top notch view. I love the name. Okay, so this is our drawer view, and I think we can actually put our drawer view here, so we can start seeing that. So drawer view, and we're gonna have to supply the dragging state. So this is we're gonna supply our dragging, like drawer dragging. Wait a minute. Not in here. That's calling drawer view on its own. It's going to be here. Drawer view with dollar drawer dragging, like that. Okay. Let's give it an offset. And this offset initially is going to be X as 0 and Y as 860. These are pre-computed values, so we can see basically how the offset is gonna work in our favor to move our view down at the bottom. So dot bottom state dot height. This is the height that we're gonna observe to open close our drawer. There's going to be animation that we can apply. Let's apply spring animation for now. And there's going to be gesture, the most important thing. That's going to be drawer gesture. Oh, sorry, not drawer. Dragging gesture or drag gesture. Not dragging gesture. On change. And we're going to get the value. And the value we're going to set is self.drawer dragging is equal to dragging state dot dragging, because user has started dragging now. Self dot bottom state, we can update that to the value dot translation, so we can actually move our view up. And if we have self dot showing or shown full, if that is true, we're gonna say self dot bottom state dot height plus equal 10. Basically what we are doing, if it's shown full, that means user is dragging downwards, so we can actually close that. Just snap it shut. Okay. on ended, we're going to say value. And here we are simply going to say if the self.bottom state dot height is less than self dot drawer top third and is not fully shown, right? If these three conditions are there, that means self dot bottom state dot height should be self dot drawer top. Okay, and self dot shown full is equal to true. So we are actually opening the drawer now. Self dot drawer dragging is equal to dragging state dot open, and self dot main view background is equal to color dot gray. So you're going to turn the background color to gray. Okay. All right. That's good. Let's see. What do we have? Like, we need else condition. We always need else condition. Whenever we have if, so bottom state dot height is equal to 0. If it's not the case, shown full is equal to false. That means we are actually, if user drags a little bit, we want to snap it back. So self dot drawer dragging is equal to dragging state. Come on, keep up. Okay, self dot main view background is equal to color dot white. Okay. All right. With that, our gesture state has ended, or it's done. So we're going to give background to our main view background, and animation is in, and edges ignoring safe area, vertical direction. Okay. So, okay, that's actually good. That's our drawer view. Let's go ahead and finish our drawer view for now. So we can actually show some text here. Settings, drawer. Okay. And we're going to say multi-line, alignment to be center, and font to be title, like so. Okay, and we're going to put a spacer here, like so. All right, so there we go. You have your notch showing up, which is actually closed now. So reason you are not seeing everything, because everything was centered as a view property is. So we put spacer here. So all the content moved up for our drawer view. Okay. Now we're gonna have some more modifiers. So let's add some padding at top, saying 8, padding horizontal as 20, and frame max width is going to be infinity. Rounded rectangle, and we're going to give it a corner radius and rectangle, rounded rectangle style. So I'm going to say 20, and rounded rectangle style is going to be continuous. Okay, and then we're going to give it a shadow, so we can see where the view is by dropping shadow for the view. Okay, so if I take the highlight away, as you can see, this is our drawer right now. All right, and Now with that, we should have everything ready. So let's go ahead and run this. So we have our drawer and we have our dragging state. And if you are gonna, what are you gonna see? Basically, how on dragging gesture change, we are actually updating these bottom state value to the value that we are receiving during the um, during the dragging phase. And what we do is basically we calculate whenever the gesture, the dragging gesture ends, if the bottom state height that we are actually computing and keeping a track of is less than, or if it's actually grown more than the more than your views, more than your height, basically. Draw the third. So look at this. So if I leave it right here, it's actually not gonna snap open. But if I open it like, a little bit full, and it opens up, and if I open it completely and snap it down, it actually moves back down to its state. And take a look at the notch. Take a look at how notch is behaving. So you have this notch that's showing up during the drag state. It's showing it's being opened up, and during the open state, it's actually pointing down. That means it's ready to be closed. Okay, so yeah, so that's actually how you can develop your own bottom drawer. Now, this example was a little bit complex, just because there were so many variables to keep track of. So I just wanted to take a time to show you that there is something custom, a little bit more complex like this is possible with some of the simple stuff that we have learned. So I would actually encourage you to go through this code and experiment with by putting a debug point and seeing how it's actually modifying these states and change these values according to your need. And I would actually also recommend using Geometry Reader to basically change these according to the screen size. So you actually get a better idea of what size of your phone is, so you can actually adapt to those. Okay, so hope this example gives you a little bit more understanding towards how drag gesture works. And I will. This is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.